In this video, you'll learn about energy and how everything around us is energy. Everything in the universe is comprised of energy. If you look at your hand, for example, and you take a magnifying glass and you look at what your hand is made up of, you'll see energetic particles just floating around. So what creates our reality and what creates everything around us is the frequencies and the vibrations that are forming and shaping these shapes and these solid objects around us. This is important because everything is energy, literally everything. And a few examples that I can give you is our senses. So if you taste, for example, if you imagine tasting lemons, you might have a response to that from your taste buds. If you imagine thoughts, there's good thoughts and there's bad thoughts. These can make you feel bad, which is an energy. These can make you feel good, which is another energy. And emotions as well. If you have good emotions that are light, like joy and love, they make you feel light. And there are denser and heavier emotions like dread or fear that are heavy and thick and dense emotions. Another form of energy that you might be able to look around and experience is clutter. So if you have clutter in your house, you might feel overwhelmed. And if you clean and organize, you might feel calm, because our internal and our external realities and spaces are identical to each other. So we are living from the outside in and from the inside out. They are replicas of each other. So the more that we get rid of, for example, the lighter we might feel. If we don't need things, if we let go of baggage, we feel better as well. So the exercise that I would like you to do to understand this a little bit more is with words. Words are energy as well. So if you think of the word love, focus on how it makes you feel. And think of the word joy, focus on how it makes you feel. Happiness, smiles, giggles, laughing babies and children, and just imagine the lightness and the tingling that you might feel, the happiness that comes into your experience. These are all light energies. You're bringing in this light into your existence. This is what brings us joy, right? Are these light energies and this happiness. Another example on the opposite side of the scale are heavy energies with words. So if someone says hate, fear, disaster, chaos, kill. These are all words that can make us feel heavy and sad and depressed, right? So this is important for a multitude of reasons. The way that we talk to ourselves, self-talk, the way that we talk to others, our thoughts, what we let in, how our thoughts influence us, whether they make us feel good or bad. And this is especially important for grounding and rooting, because we have other earth energies as well and other energies around us that we're not used to experiencing and tapping into all the time, like we do words and sight and emotions. So earth energies are the grounding energy that you feel underneath your feet when you feel solid and grounded and firm. Sometimes when we get stressed out, we can lose our grounding a little bit to where we can feel flighty and anxious. So grounding is really, really important, because we're drawing upon this earth energy to pull us and make us feel solid in our foundation. This is not only important in a yoga practice, but this is important in your everyday life and in meditation as well, because you have to be grounded in order to get the best out of meditation. And you learn to become grounded as you practice meditation and grounding, and you learn to become grounded throughout your yoga practice as well. Another way to understand this is that we are energy conductors as human beings. We are made of energy as well. We have emotions, we create energy, we carry around energy with us. We also can absorb the energy of other people. And it's very important that we release these energies so that we can be the best that we can be, the best that we are, and be who we're meant to be. We don't want to carry these things around with us. So if you think of electricity, for example, there is always a ground wire so the energy can flow freely. We want to create that ground wire so that we can release all of these things that we no longer need or want to carry around with us. If your energy is imbalanced, you might be experiencing it as disease or pain or emotion or trauma, anxieties, anything like that. You don't want these things, right? You don't want the stress. You want to let it go. So it's important to have the grounding and the rooting for you to be able to evolve. It's also important to have the grounding and the rooting so that you can become present in the present moment. This is when all of these energies and emotions are processed, is when you're grounded and rooted, and that is important to bring you into a present moment. So grounding, for example, in yoga practice, we ground. You'll hear me say ground through your feet. I will often refer to imagery. Imagine yourself pulling of earth energy from the ground and into your being so that you can balance these energies that are naturally within us. Back thousands of years ago, maybe not even that long, we used to sleep on the ground and we would automatically balance these energies that we have. So we don't do that anymore. So it is necessary for us to pull the earth energy up, or just notice it as it's coming back up through the ground and into our being and into our own energetic fields. So another is light energy. You can call it heavenly energy, energy from the sky, anything like that. It's energy from above. So it can feel lighter, right? If you think about it, it can feel like you're floating a little bit. And that's great. It's a lovely energy, but it's very important to be grounded because we're human and we need that grounding to bring us down to earth. That's where the term came from, right? Down to earth. You can also refer to some other things you might have heard. If somebody's floaty or flighty or out in space, they might not be grounded, right? So we want to practice grounding. This is an amazing thing for our growth. So you will learn this as you go, and the next meditation that we do, and in the meditations, I encourage you to ground yourself first and foremost, and you will get better and better at this. It is a practice, and we'll move on to the next video.